بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
الذين يأكلون الربا لا يقومون إلا كما يقوم الذي يتخبطه الشيطان من المس ذلك بأنهم قالوا إنما البيع مثل الربا وأحل الله البيع وحرم الربا فمن جاءه موعظة من ربه فانتهى فله ما سلف وأمره إلى الله ومن عاد فأولئك أصحاب النار هم فيها خالدون يمحق الله الربا ويربي الصدقات والله لا يحب كل كفار أثيم إن الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وأقاموا الصلاة وآتوا الزكاة لهم أجرهم عند ربهم ولا خوف عليهم ولا هم يحزنون صدق الله العظيم.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum and a very good evening. My name is Ola. I'm the Chief People Officer.
My name is Alim. I'm the Chief Retail Banking Officer, and we'll be host for you tonight.
Tonight, beneath the gentle lights of Kurumba, we gather not merely around tables, but around a shared journey. A journey of 15 years shaped by vision, trust, resilience, and purpose. 15 years of serving communities, building partnerships, and showing that banking can truly have both heart and soul. And today, Maldives Islamic Bank stands stronger, wiser, and more impactful. May we take this opportunity to extend a warm and gracious welcome to all our distinguished guests. We are deeply honored by the presence of the Honorable Governor, esteemed members of the Board of Directors, respected members of the Sharia Committee, our valued customers, regulators, shareholders, vendors, and members of the management team, and each and every one of you joining us in the evening. We began tonight's program in the most meaningful way with the recitation of the Holy Quran.
Assalamu alaikum. Algon men devvi dawat qabul kurava wadaganne veetiwe. Maldives Islamic Bank namuga tiemmeha befarunna. Wada ikhlas ter kamayak shukur dannawa wada hoon marhaba dannawa.
Great institutions are built not only on ambition, but on leadership that inspires belief. It is our privilege to invite our Managing Director and CEO, Mr. Mufaddal Idris Kumri, to deliver the welcome remarks. MD.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. From the toil of your hands shall you earn your daily bread. From the sweat of your brow shall you nourish your family. From the silent dignity of your work shall you take pride in yourself. From the combined efforts of all shall we make this nation strong. These words from the poet Atif Shakur have stayed with me for a long time, and I did take his permission today before I rendered the little poem to you. He is also present amidst us. I could think of no truer way to begin this evening. These words speak deeply about the culture and work ethos we practice at Maldives Islamic Bank. 15 years ago, our nation decided to chart out the course to set up its first Islamic bank. A motley crew of inspired souls set out to establish and operate the nation's first Islamic bank. They had conviction, patience, and a great deal of work ahead of them. To their indomitable spirit, persistence, and passion, I dedicate these immortal words from the acclaimed poem Invictus, means unconquerable, undefeated in Latin. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. This evening is about reflecting on a journey built on trust, perseverance, shared values, and the unwavering conviction that banking can be both principled and transformative. What you see around this room today, our patrons, our customers, our shareholders, our partners, our board, our regulators, our colleagues, we are a part of one large family whose work has contributed to the accomplishment of Maldives Islamic Bank. Daily bread comes from the toil of hands. Pride comes from the dignity of work. A nation is made strong through the combined and collaborative efforts of all. Together, we have created a legacy, a bank that belongs to the whole nation. To everyone who has carried a part of the story in every branch, every department, every counter, every conversation, thank you. The next 15 years will be written with the very same hands that have built it, in the same spirit, as we move forward, undeterred into a future laced with the myriad aura of technology. May we continue the journey with the same courage, humility, and sense of responsibility that has brought us here. May we continue to innovate with purpose, lead with integrity, and remain united by the values that define us. The woods are lovely, dark, and deep, but I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Welcome to our 15th year celebration. We remain grateful and much obliged by your honorable presence. I wish each one of you a very good evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mufaddal Khumri, for your inspiring words. Ladies and gentlemen, a moment to reflect on what 15 years has built. In 2025, Maldives Islamic Bank crossed $1 billion in total assets. In the last few years, our total assets have tripled, our profits have tripled, and shareholder equity has doubled. A 15-year-old bank, now a billion-dollar institution.
May we now invite onto the stage Mr. Ahmed Riza, Deputy CEO, who has been an integral part of our journey since its earliest days. Mr. Riza.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Assalatu wassalamu ala Muhammadin wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. Honorable Governor, MIB ge Eharai Miharu ge Board Adi Sharia Board Member Haziru Vadayan Tibbe Emha Izzetterin Alminge Lobeti Customer Adi Algonuge Ahunnai Uhtu. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Zamanusure divahinnaki dina lobi kura ekweri adi ogate raitu take dirulemu mujtamai islami hidayatuge nuru midibuge asseriya wasilu visure edinuge asastawga demiti vibay ibadatuge adi muamalatu kankamuga alumen assedeke vorgina haru sabitu tibinamaves islami mingada fete zamani mali nizame rajyega netmuge falukan alumen diyai ihsas korum nawarasteke haddihaga hartawk terega islami banking ge nizam duniya feturi mi nizam ge foni mirukan divehinna furatam faharu liben feshi dehas 11 haru MIB wujudu maik MIB ge hidmetta divhe rajya taarafe divmaki rajyege banking nizam libunu ituru arokame adi divehinna mali gotun na ruhani gotun libunu bodu fale miyadu MIB ge hidmetta miwani aamu faradun nasha vyafaritaka adi eheni he muassasataka fariwe fakkaifa bank gina hidmetta ke miwani digital koreifa rajyege huriha kankolta higga bank ge hidmetta midani for koddewa allah ge wagi fulai almen paha koramum mida kamiyabiyaki tiya lobweti customerunna almen hidmatu ge bæveringe dawru warab bespodu kamyabiya tiyafaratakum bank kura itubara bank hidmetta balaya gannakamuge hekke bank ge amazaki raitum beenumwa mali hidmetta furihama kama faseha kama adi rakkater kama dinumuga kuriyaradi rajyege emme magbul bank kamuga MIB demihoro almenge hissadaruna nafa kura la masil muassasa ekkamuga mi bank wegendiyo almen kamyabi ge fahatuga bankuga foratama hissadarun kamgawa divhe sarkarai ICD ge daru paha kolla markazi bankai tiya customerunge baralun nihayata bodu vyafari verinnai ehenihen bæverin vyafari verinnai ehenihen bæveringe bina korani hiyal warabbes muhim mi fiolu mati hore alunge amille namuga adi alumenge mosasage namuga tiya farattaka hituge fumminun shukuru dannawa shakevesne komme kamyabiyaki himmetteriyage hagge MIB ge mi fahurweri kamyabiga alumenge hiwagi mozzafunge minne masakata ikhlas ter hidmatuge dawru waram muhim alumenge team ge layagatai hivvar fahako mi fursatuga tiya lobiwati ahunnai ukhtunna asari bahai sabasaradukur wakiyuma kurin adiwesefar mihaflaga bari wadanginda mattaka tiya emha farattaka bank bodai management adi muwazzafunge faratun ihlas tarikamayki shukr dannawa almenna tiya devva ibarlumai tarhib mustaqbal gas libigen dane kamuge ummid koran wama tawfiqi illa billah alayhi tawakkalt wa ilayhi hunib wassalamu alaykum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, Mr. Riza, for the warm welcome and the remarks. In banking, there is an old rule: grow fast and quality usually suffers. At MIB, we work to break that rule. In the last 3 years, our financing book has tripled. Our problem loans were reduced by half, and our capital is earning 70% more. Growth and quality together.
Numbers may measure success, but stories give it meaning. Tonight's video presentation captures not only the growth of a bank, but the lives, aspirations, and communities connected through its journey. May we now invite you to turn your attention to the screen.
Faith, fairness, and responsibility are inseparable from Maldivian life, principles deeply woven into the character and traditions of its people. They have long guided how communities lived, how businesses operated, and how trust was placed in financial matters. Yet, for much of the nation's modern financial development, there was no banking institution fully aligned with these guiding values. That began to change in 2009. In partnership with the government of Maldives and the ICD, the private sector development arm of the IDB, a decision was taken to establish the nation's first fully Sharia-compliant bank. It was a decisive step, one that would redefine the country's financial landscape. Entrusted with this responsibility was Harith Haroon, an experienced banking professional with decades of international banking experience.
When I arrived in the Maldives, there was no Islamic banking institution in operation. We were actually starting from the very beginning. Our responsibility was to establish this institution from the ground up, to build the structure, the team, and the operational foundations. And Islamic banking was entirely new to the Maldives, and the regulatory and operational framework needed for it to function had to be developed alongside the bank itself.
On March 7, 2011, Maldives Islamic Bank opened its doors for the first time. Islamic banking had arrived in the Maldives. It marked the beginning of a new chapter in the country's financial history, one that would broaden participation and transform the relationship between Maldivians and banking itself. The response was immediate. At launch, services were available only through a single branch operating through traditional counter service. The bank offered Sharia-compliant deposit products and nothing more. Yet, within its first month alone, more than 2,700 customers opened accounts. It was a powerful indication that many had been waiting. For the first time, a banking institution reflected principles they recognized as their own. In August 2011, 5 months after opening, the bank introduced its first Sharia-compliant financing product, extending faith-aligned financial services to individuals and businesses for the first time. From there, the bank moved swiftly to expand its reach across the country. Branches extended beyond Male. ATMs, cards, and POS services embedded Islamic banking into everyday life, while digital platforms such as FasaNet and Fasa Mobile widened access across the atolls. At the same time, the bank broadened its financial portfolio and introduced new Sharia-compliant solutions for individuals and businesses. By 2019, the bank was ready for its next chapter. Maldives Islamic Bank opened its ownership to the Maldivian people through its initial public offering. The response was decisive. The offering was oversubscribed by more than 46%, and more than 16,000 Maldivians became shareholders.
The IPO's success extended far beyond its impressive oversubscription. It was the diversity of participation in institutions, businesses, and individual Maldivians all invested with clear conviction. This breadth of ownership showed that the bank's role as a cornerstone of the national economy.
The IPO was more than a financial milestone. Maldives Islamic Bank had evolved from an institution centered to serve the nation into one owned by the nation itself. It was a moment of national validation and a powerful affirmation of the bank's journey. In the years that followed, progress accelerated. Digital capability expanded steadily. International connectivity strengthened with Visa cards and global payment gateways. Online platforms streamlined financing applications. Business banking capabilities advanced. Instant account opening, a first in the Maldives, reshaped how customers began their relationship with the bank. Self-service kiosks were introduced, and digital business account opening became fully online. At the same time, innovation continued behind the scenes. ATM services expanded, including USD capabilities. New products and services were introduced for businesses, fishermen, and pilgrims. Today, as Maldives Islamic Bank marks 15 years since its founding, it serves more than 250,000 customers across the Maldives. Its network of branches and customer service centers spans 12 locations nationwide. Its ATM and POS infrastructure extends across islands and businesses throughout the country. Its asset base has grown to more than 15 billion Maldivian rupiah. Today, more than 450 professionals, 99% local, work across the Maldives, sustaining the scale and service of a nationwide institution.
As we mark 15 years, our responsibility is greater than ever. The scale we have achieved is built on trust, and sustaining that trust remains our priority. We are focused on strengthening our capabilities further, ensuring that Islamic banking in the Maldives continues to serve the needs of our people for generations to come.
Faith, fairness, and responsibility shape its founding. They continue to guide its future. Maldives Islamic Bank was never only about establishing a bank. It was about building a financial system rooted in principle, aligned with national values, and committed to the people of the Maldives.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you have seen is the easier part to film. The harder part that no camera catches is what happens between those frames. The decisions made at 11 p.m. The colleague who flew out to an atoll because a problem should not be left for an online meeting. The customer who said yes when the easier answer would have been no.
May we now invite the Governor of MMA, Mr. Ahmad Munawwar, to address the gathering.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Wa salatu wassalamu ala Sayyidina Muhammadin. Khatim al-Anbiya wal-Mursaleen. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajma'in. The Managing Director and the CEO, Mr. Mufaddal Idris. Board of Directors, Sharia Board, shareholders, distinguished guests, Parliament members, and finally the most important, the staff of MIB, business customers. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. First of all, let me congratulate the whole team of MIB for the successful celebration of the 15 years. I think it's a very important milestone that you have reached. It's a pleasure to join you this evening as we celebrate this milestone, the 15th anniversary of the Maldives Islamic Bank. I would like to congratulate to the board, the management, the employees, the shareholders, and the customers of the MIB on this achievement. 15 years is more than a number. It represents vision, perseverance, trust, and an important legacy which we have built over time. At one time, many people doubted that this can be achieved. However, the bank has shown it can be done. Today, MIB is not simply a successful story. It's systematically and more important institution within our financial institution. Today, The total asset of our finance system is about 151 billion, close to 10 billion. Just now we saw MIB has already reached close to like around 10% of the financial sector, which is a huge achievement. And I believe Islamic finance, its core, has helped to achieve this one. And Islamic Bank, the main principle is deeply rooted in our country because of its fairness, shared prosperity, and ethical business and social responsibility. It encourages real economic activity, risk-taking, the financial inclusion, while remaining aligned with the values as shown in the video and the beliefs which our people share. For a 100% Muslim country, such as Maldives, Islamic finance is not only an economic opportunity, it also reflects who we are and what we value. Let me focus my remarks on three aspects in my speech going forward. Number one, on the past, in the present, and also looking forward, the future. Let us start at the beginning, the major event that took place as in the video which has shown in 2009 in Istanbul. I was also fortunate enough to be in that meeting with the former governor. And at the time I was only an economist, and I can remember the kind of discussions which were held, and finally ICD and the government of Maldives signed the MOU. After that, the establishment of Islamic Bank in 2011 was a very important defining moment. It was a fulfillment of a long-standing aspiration to provide the financial services rooted in Sharia principles while contributing to a meaningful economic growth and the national development. When MIB began its operation, Islamic finance in the Maldives was still at a very early stage. There were understandably many questions about the scale, the sustainability, and the public acceptance. In fact, the same questions were being raised within MMA. But however, with the strong support of ICD, our partner, and through the customers in the belief in the bank, 15 years later, all these questions have been firmly answered. Today, MIB stands as one of the most notable success story of ICD, and this is one of the reasons why ICD has remained with the bank. It has demonstrated that Islamic bank can be practical, innovative, and also very competitive. More importantly, it has shown that there is a genuine demand for financial services in the Maldives, which reflects based on the values and aspiration of our people. Today, MIB plays a very important role in our economy. It has expanded access to Sharia-compliant financial services, supported businesses and entrepreneurs, enabled home ownerships, and strengthened the financial inclusion. Its contribution has gone beyond banking products. Recently, one of the ministers called me and said, "Governor, I'm unable to sell some financial products because it's not in Islamic, in the islands. How can I help?" I said, "You have to call MIB for their guidance." So this is the kind of level at which Maldivians, they are accepting, even in the island level, the Islamic values, the Islamic principles, and it has already accepted throughout the Maldives. As a pioneer of Islamic bank in the Maldives, MIB has created the confidence in the market, paved way for broader participation in Islamic finance, from Islamic banking windows to takaful and investment products. But this anniversary are not only about reflecting the past, they are also looking for the future and for looking far ahead. At the MMA, we believe the next chapter of Islamic finance in the Maldives must be more ambitious than what we started. We do not see Islamic finance as simply a niche segment of the financial sector anymore. We see it as an important pillar in building a more inclusive, resilient, and a value-based economy. Our vision is very clear: to increase share of the Islamic banking in our finance sector to 50% by 2030. It's a very ambitious target. However, we believe with the help of MIB and other players, we can achieve it. Achieving this will require institutional support, regulations, innovations, and continued public support. To support this vision, MMA has taken several initiatives since I joined as a governor. Number one, we have introduced Maldives Islamic Social Finance Initiative, MIFC, through instruments such as Zakat, Waqf, Sadaqah. And we are seeking to strengthen the financial inclusion to reduce vulnerabilities and create greater economic opportunities for those who are not yet served by the current system. And I believe the role of MIB in enabling, just like in Malaysia, can really help to bridge these unserved sectors of our economy. Another important initiative we also launched was Thamwil initiative, which aimed to strengthen the awareness, literacy, and access to Islamic finance while supporting the broader ecosystem for the growth. At the same time, we recognize that sustainable progress requires a strong legal regulatory foundation. This is why MMA is currently undertaking the Islamic Banking and Finance Development Project with the help of IDB. This project is an important step forward. It will develop for the first time a comprehensive Islamic Finance Service Act. And already the work has started. Just last week, we have assigned the work to one of the most experienced in the industry, Insef Isra from Malaysia. And our target is, by the end of July, we'll have the final draft of this legislation, and we will be putting forward it to the parliament. And inshallah, this year, we will pass this bill. The vision is very clear. We want to make Maldives a hub for Islamic finance. And this is a vision which is not something new, but which we have all been dreaming. And in order to do that, we need the regulatory framework. And it's a huge achievement. Without such a legal backing, the bank has done such a remarkable job. That shows the confidence and the support of the customers and the people who are supporting the bank. So this work is not only about regulation. It's about creating conditions for institutions such as MIB to grow, innovate, and contribute even more meaningfully to our national development. Ladies and gentlemen, lastly, before I conclude, I would like to thank all who have worked diligently to make this bank success. It's a very happy moment to see the bank's founding members who have come to here together to see the achievement of the bank. As a pioneer of Islamic bank in the Maldives, MIB has an important role to play in the next phases through innovation, digital financing, SME support, financial inclusion, and sustainable growth. 15 years ago, MIB began a journey that helped reshape our financial landscape. The opportunity before us now is even greater to build an Islamic finance system that is stronger, more accessible, and more impactful, one that truly supports the aspiration of all Maldivians and, in my view, all Muslims around the world. As we celebrate this important milestone, let us renew our shared commitment to the vision. Once again, I congratulate MIB on its 15th anniversary. We wish the bank a continued success and look forward to its continued contribution to the prosperity of our nation. I would like to, and that we would like the capital of the bank to grow, and the bank to grow not only in terms of capital, but also in terms of growing abroad, internationally. I would also like the bank to spread the knowledge which you have acquired throughout our ummah, and let our talents grow abroad and share our knowledge abroad as well. From the 12 million, which was started, reaching to the $1 billion bank is a milestone began 15 years ago with a single visionary step to make the Islamic bank introduced in the Maldives. But today we are celebrating this incredible growth. We are planting the legal foundation of Islamic finance law, ensuring the fruits of this success are protected for generations to come. Let us all work together. May Allah bless our efforts. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Thank you, Governor, for your insightful remarks and continued guidance to the financial sector. Under the guidance of the regulator, MIB has grown from a retail bank into a partner in the productive economy. Today, we support tourism, infrastructure, and trade flows worth more than 7 billion rupiah, And we are proud to be the first in the Maldives to offer end-to-end digital corporate onboarding and account opening, enabling SME and entrepreneurs to access modern banking services wherever the market may be. Banking the nation's economy.
Every institution begins with a moment of belief, a simple idea entrusted with great hope. Tonight, we hear from those who laid the foundation for MIB's journey. At this juncture, it is our honor to invite the Accountant General at Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprises, Mr. Mohammad Azad, to deliver his remarks on behalf of the Government of Maldives.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Governor of Maldives Monetary Authority Ahmad Munawwar, Chairman and members of the Board of Directors of Maldives Islamic Bank, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of MIB, Mufaddal Idris Humri, distinguished MPs, distinguished guests, members of the management and staff of MIB, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a good evening. It's a pleasure to join tonight as Maldives Islamic Bank marks its 15th anniversary. On behalf of the Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprises, I extend warm congratulations to the Board of Directors, the management team, the staff, shareholders, customers, and all those who have contributed to the bank's journey. 15 years ago, Maldives Islamic Bank opened its doors with an important purpose: to provide the people and business of Maldives with access to banking services based on Sharia principles. At the time, Islamic banking was still a developing area in our financial system. Today, MIB has helped to make a Sharia-compliant banking a mainstream part of the Maldivian economy. This is an achievement not only for the bank, but also for the country. The growth of MIB is also aligned with the national vision set out by His Excellency President Dr. Mohammad Muiz to establish the Maldives as a key financial center focused on Islamic finance, supported by digital economic transformation. This vision recognizes that Islamic finance is not only a banking model, but also a development pathway rooted in fairness, responsibility, inclusion, and public interest. MIB's journey over the past 15 years shows what can be achieved when these principles are translated into practical and financial services. The bank has expanded its reach, invested in digital banking, supported individuals and businesses, and contributed to greater financial inclusion. Its continued growth reflects the confidence placed in the institution by the public. Having previously served as member of the board of Maldives Islamic Bank, I have also had the opportunity to witness firsthand the important work carried out by the bank. I have worked with ICD board member, Brother Atau. We have had very long board meetings during that time during the IPO process as well. I have seen its commitment to its staff, its focus on institutional development, and its effort to build stronger and more capable organization. This continued investment in people and systems has been central to MIB's growth and its ability to serve customers across the country. As public finance officials, we see importance of a sound and responsible banking sector every day. A strong financial institution supports economic growth, enables investment, strengthens businesses, and helps households plan for their future. Banks also have an important role in supporting national development, especially in a country such as ours, where access, inclusion, and resilience are central to long-term progress. In this regard, MIB has made a meaningful contribution. It has demonstrated that Islamic finance can operate at a scale in the Maldives while remaining anchored in the values of fairness, transparency, and responsibility. These values are closely aligned with the broader objectives we must continue to promote across our financial and economic institutions. As we celebrate this milestone, it is also important to look ahead. The next stage of growth will require continued discipline, stronger services, deeper support for SMEs, more inclusive digital solutions, and continued attention to governance and public trust. I am confident that MIB will continue to play an important role in the development of the Maldivian financial sector in supporting the President's vision for Maldives as a center for Islamic finance. I would also like to recognize the shareholders of Maldives Islamic Bank, especially ICD, for their confidence, commitment, and long-term support to MIB. Institutions of this nature are built through shared purpose by shareholders who provide strategic direction, by directors who uphold governance, by management and staff who deliver services, and by customers who place their trust in the institution. Tonight is a celebration of that collective contribution. Once again, congratulations to Maldives Islamic Bank on 15 years of service to the nation. May Allah bless your work and guide the bank towards continued success in the years ahead. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Azad, for those insightful reflections and continued support.
May we now invite on stage Mr. Muhammad Ataur Rahman Chowdhury to share his remarks on behalf of ICD.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. His Excellency, Mr. Ahmed Munwar, the Governor, Maldives Monetary Authority, honorable members of the Board of Directors and the Sharia Board members, respected Managing Director and the CEO, Mr. Mufaddal, senior management leadership, and staff of the institutions who are the heart of these organizations, and valued customers, and our distinguished guest. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It's really a great honor to join this evening and celebrate this 15th anniversary of Maldives Islamic Bank and a remarkable achievement of surpassing US dollar 1 billion balance sheet. As you remember, this bank started with 12 million US dollar. So as we speak today, is 15 billion US dollar balance sheet. We started these banks with two shareholders, ICD and our host and our long-term partner, Ministry of Finance, the government of Maldives. Now we have 16,000 plus shareholders. So you can imagine the trust built over the years on this bank. So at the onset also, on behalf of acting CEO of ICD, Dr. Khaled Khalafala, and ICD management, I would like to convey our warm congratulations and the wishes to the management and the board, the staff, and all the stakeholders of Maldives Islamic Banks for these great achievements. We also extend our sincere appreciation to our long-term partner, Ministry of Finance, our regulators, Maldives Monetary Authorities, CMDA, Maldives Stock Exchange, for supporting over the years on this success journey and supporting for the good corporate governance practices. If you see that 15 years ago, as highlighted by the CEO and the deputy CEO, this bank was set up with a vision to create a very modern, inclusive Islamic financial institution in the country to support the private sector of the Maldivian economy. As we speak today, as you can see that the bank has been grown into a level where we can proudly say that the bank's reach stage in terms of the governance framework, institutional excellence, and financial sustainability. As a founding shareholder and the largest shareholders, ICD shared a close tie with Maldives Islamic Bank since inception. On a personal note, this occasion is especially meaningful, having had privilege to serve on the board of Maldives Islamic Bank at its different stages over the last many years. And if we further look at what makes this success even more, the development impact, as we come as a development financial institutions, one of our key mandate through over the years, the bank has proved its developmental aspect in terms of Islamic finance development, financial inclusion, coming with a financial innovation and the solutions to its customers. MIB's this journey also highlights its strength and the stability of Islamic banking, as highlighted by Honorable the Governor, as ethical and value-based financial system, particularly today's uncertain global environment. As we speak now for going forward, looking ahead, it is important that this journey even have greater promise. As the Governor already set the tone, this bank is now poised with strong leadership, talented management, with trusted customer base. It's now the high time that this bank can go even further in advancing Islamic finance systems in not only in Maldives, beyond the Maldives, going for regional expansions and raising the flag of Maldives at the global stage. I think that should be the next chapter. That's, inshallah, ICD remains committed to continue its support for its next journey. Before concluding, I once again congratulate the board, management, staff, and stakeholders for this outstanding achievement. I would also like to urge the board and the management to take utmost care of the health, safety, and the financial well-being of the staffs, because they are the core and the heart of the institutions. While the institution reaches financial stability, it is very important that the heart of the institutions also is stable. And that's only they can change the lives of the other people through these banks. So with this note, I wish MIB to continue to grow from strength to strength in the years to come. Thank you. Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Atta, for sharing those thoughtful remarks. It is inspiring to see how far a vision can travel when carried with conviction. The vision now reaches more than 200,000 Maldivians across the entire country. More than 90% of our customers bank with us digitally, from opening an account to consumer financing. Every step is fully digitized. Home financing has nearly doubled across the islands. Our aim is to be a bank that meets people where they are.
Please join us in welcoming Mr. Iyaz Wahid, a member of the Board of Directors, to share his remarks.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalamu ala arshafil anbiya wal mursaleen wa ala alihi wa sahbihi ajmain. Governor of MMA and past and present board members and Sharia committee members of MIB, our valued customers, and our lovely team. Assalamu alaikum and a good evening, everyone. My memories goes back to 15 years. When I think I was working in a resort and I heard that the government is going to start an Islamic bank. Being someone who has studied Islamic finance a little bit, which actually created a curiosity in me. So, I did what I had to do. I became one of the first customers of Islamic Bank, open an account with them. And today, I am proud and honored to be serving this institution, which has actually built not only a name for itself, but as governor and as Ataw and MD and Riza has mentioned over here, it has helped to build our nation as well. So it is a proud moment to represent the board here and to tell you a few words on behalf of the board. 15 years ago, Islamic Bank was founded with a clear ambition, like Governor mentioned, with a vision to introduce Islamic banking in the country to diversify the Maldives finance landscape and to introduce a Sharia-compliant institution. Today, we can say that with immense pride that MIB has managed to systematically implement this vision. It's a financial institution which is not only just a retail bank anymore. It has become a preferred banking partner for many corporates as well. As we look ahead in the future, the ESG principles, environmental, social governance, will be one of the cornerstones of our governance framework. As a board, we take particular pride in the character of this growth. I'm sure the current board members and the previous board members present here will agree with me on that. We have always balanced resilience, profitability, which is governed by maintaining certain type of discipline, especially which is critical today during these challenging economic times. Our immediate priorities as of now, as a board, is crystal clear for us. That is protecting the hard-earned interests and the wealth of our shareholders and customers, while steadfastly supporting the macroeconomic stability and long-term economic sustainability of our nation. And that is what we have been doing, even recently. This is the foundation of everything we do. And it is earned through exactly this kind of consistency, integrity, and accountability. In a geographically dispersed nation like ours, the banks focus on access inclusion, and digital enablement has been both strategic and purposeful. That's why our bank has become an icon of possibility. And that is the reason I wear the ring, Islamic Bank ring, as a token of possibility. An institution, now milestone of this scale, is never achieved in isolation. The board acknowledges with deep appreciation our founding shareholders, the government of Maldives and ICD, whose vision and commitment made this institution possible, not only possible, but they have been an integral part along this journey. Alongside our international and other local shareholders and our regulatory partners, MMA, Capital Market Development Authority, and Stock Exchange, your guidance has always been an immense, not only pressure, but importance for us to actually continue this journey. Crucially, the bank places the highest level of confidence, the board places highest level of confidence in our managing director, who has been very engaging and growth-driven managing director whom we have currently. And I'm glad that I also met our first managing director, Harun, over here. And every single managing director who have served this has played their part. And when we look at our senior management, we are very proud that a local, competent, energetic, young team is there to lead us with similar, I believe, almost majority Gen Z team with them. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about hitting $1 billion mark. When we look forward, this is not only an achievement, it gives a profound responsibility for our bank. This incredible 15-year journey belongs not only me or other board members who served previously, or not to the shareholders. It belongs to our shareholders, customers, stakeholders, staff, and every single one of you. So, can I ask you, for the grace of this occasion, everybody to rise and give a round of applause to yourself. Please. You may sit down. As I finish my speech, I like to pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to grace us with more 15 years of success to come, and make this bank an icon and a beacon of Islamic finance, started in Maldives and spread across the world. Thank you very much. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Iyaz, for your thoughtful reflections. Behind every milestone we have spoken of tonight are 400 pair of hands. During the last 3 years, we have doubled our team from 200 to more than 450 team members, working from 16 atolls across the country, built for Divehing by Divehing.
As we reflect on this remarkable journey, it is important to recognize those who have been instrumental in laying the foundation of our success. This moment is dedicated to expressing our sincere appreciation. May we invite on stage members of Board of Directors, Mr. Usman Qasim and Mr. Rajiv Nanlal Dwivedi, to hand over tokens of appreciation. May we humbly request our MD and CEO, Mr. Mufaddal Khumri, and Deputy CEO, Mr. Ahmad Riza, to accompany the Board Directors on stage. May we invite the Accountant General at Ministry of Finance and Public Enterprises, Mr. Muhammad Azad, to accept the token of appreciation on behalf of the Government of Maldives. May we now invite on stage Mr. Muhammad Ataur Rahman Chowdhury to accept the token of appreciation on behalf of ICD.
Mr. Atau, if you would kindly remain on stage, we would like to have a group photo later. Mr. Azad, if you would like to join him.
May we now invite on stage Dr. Ijaz Ahmad Samadani from Sharia Committee in recognition of his long-standing contribution and dedicated service since the bank's inception. May we now invite on stage our founding managing director and CEO of the bank, Mr. Harith Haroon. Thank you, MD, Riza, and board directors. Thank you to the recipients of the award and congratulations. Before we proceed, it is only fitting that we hear a few reflections from someone who has been part of this journey from the very beginning. May we invite Mr. Harith to share a few words.
Honorable Governor, Mr. Ahmad Munawar, members of the Board of Directors and the Sharia Committee of MIB, members of the management staff of the bank, distinguished guests, Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a profound honor to stand before you tonight. As I look around this room, I don't just see a successful financial institution. I see the realization of a vision that we set in motion 15 years ago. Returning here feels less like a formal invitation and more like coming home to see how much the family has grown. When we commenced operation in April 2011, we were not just launching a bank, we were introducing a new way of banking to the Maldives. I remember the early days of the establishment, the long hours, the challenges of building a Sharia-compliant foundation from scratch, and the unwavering belief that this nation was ready for Islamic finance. Those first 8 years were about laying the bedrock, the foundation. We didn't just want to exist, we want to excel, to be recognized as a leader in Islamic finance. Living in 2018, I knew the bank was in capable hands. But to see what has happened since then is truly remarkable. To leapfrog peers and become the second largest bank in the Maldives by asset size within 15 years is no small feat. It's a testament to the resilience and the strategic brilliance of those who have led and worked here since my departure. You haven't just maintained the foundation, you have built a skyscraper upon it. And let's give a big hand of applause to the MD, Mr. Mufadal, and his team. Thank you. The secret to MIB's success has always been its people and its purpose. Your commitment to excellence is why the public trusts this bank. Your ability to navigate a competitive landscape while staying true to our core values is why MIB stands where it does today. And above all, your unshakable loyalty to this institution and belief in the mission and goals have brought us to this extraordinary level of achievement that you all can be rightly proud of. As we celebrate this 15th anniversary, my wish for the bank is simple. May the next 15 years be defined by the continued and sustained growth in the financial performance of this bank, greater innovation, maintaining the highest level of integrity, and an even deeper connection to the people of the Maldives. Thank you for allowing me to be part of your history, and thank you for making that history so proud. Happy 15th anniversary. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you, Mr. Harith, for those meaningful reflections. The lessons you imparted to us and your words of wisdom will remain with us always. Thank you.
As we draw the formal segment of the event to a close, may I invite you to once again direct your attention to the screen for a special vote of thanks message from our chairman, Mr. Qazi Abu Muhammad Majidur Rahman.
Honorable Ministers, Governor of Maldives Monetary Authority, members of the Board of Directors, distinguished shareholders, senior officials, esteemed guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and Assalamu alaikum. As we come to the close of this memorable evening, it is my honor and privilege to extend our heartfelt thanks on behalf of the Board of Directors of the bank. Tonight is not only about celebrating a milestone for Maldives Islamic Bank. It is about celebrating the people, partnerships, and trust that made this journey possible. First and foremost, I wish to express our sincere appreciation to our two founding shareholders, the Government of Maldives and the Islamic Cooperation for the Development of the Private Sector, ICT. 15 years ago, you believed in the vision of establishing the first Islamic bank in Maldives. Your confidence, guidance, and steadfast support gave life to what MIB is today. Your continued support over the past 15 years has facilitated our progress. We also gratefully acknowledge the invaluable assistance and cooperation extended by the government officials and Maldives Monetary Authority during the establishment of the bank. Building an institution from the ground up is never easy, and your encouragement and cooperation helped turn an ambitious idea into a lasting reality. I also extend our gratitude to our key institutional shareholders, the Pension Office and Amana Takaful Maldives PLC, as well as to our public shareholders for placing your trust in us. Reaching $1 billion balance sheet is not merely a financial achievement. It reflects the confidence you have continued to place in MIB. Our sincere thanks to our regulators and market institutions, particularly the Maldives Monetary Authority and the Capital Market Development Authority, Maldives Stock Exchange, for their guidance, oversight, and support, which have strengthened the governance, stability, and credibility of the bank. This evening would not be complete without remembering those who laid the foundations of MIB with dedication and vision. We acknowledge with deep appreciation our founding Managing Director and CEO, Mr. Harith Harun, for his leadership in formative years of the bank. We also thank our founding chairman, Mr. Khalid Al-Abudi, and former chairman, Mr. Nazmul Hassan, for their invaluable stewardship and guidance. I would also like to place our record of appreciation to Dr. Ijaz Ahmed Samdani, the founding and current chairman of the Sharia Committee, for his distinguished contribution in establishing and upholding the Sharia governance framework of the bank, which remains central to MIB's identity and purpose. My sincere thanks also go to all current and former members of the Board of Directors and all current and former members of the Sharia Committee for their dedication and service to the institution. Most importantly, I wish to thank our corporate and retail customers and the people of Maldives. Your trust, your belief, and your aspirations have given the true lifeblood of our growth. Whether you placed our confidence in us from the very first or joined us along the way, please know this: we are here today because of you. Your faith in our purpose has inspired our journey, shaped our progress, and strengthened our resolve. It is with deep pride and gratitude that we serve you as your national Islamic bank. I would also like to acknowledge and thank our former staff, whose efforts and commitment over the years have helped build the strong foundation we stand on today. Finally, I extend my heartfelt appreciation to our senior management team and all the staff of the bank. Your dedication, professionalism, and hard work are the true driving force behind everything we celebrate this evening. 15 years ago, MIB began with a vision and a belief that Islamic banking could play a meaningful role in future of this nation. Today, as we celebrate this milestone together, we do so with gratitude and humility. On behalf of the board, thank you all for being part of this journey. We look forward to continuing to serve the Maldives and our stakeholders with integrity, excellence, and purpose in the years ahead. Thank you, and I wish you a very pleasant evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Chairman. A fitting close to an evening of gratitude and achievement.
Ladies and gentlemen, this concludes the formal program. However, the celebration has just begun, and I do not intend to stand between you and the buffet lines. But I must tell you that our calendar for 2026 actually contains pictures and recipes of videos of local food items. And we have curated a special corner for you to taste those items and sample them. So I hope you enjoy it. And also to let you know that we will also be having some cultural performances, and the boats that depart will be starting from 10:45 up until 11 p.m. So thank you for being a part of this very memorable occasion. We hope that you have a wonderful night ahead. Bon appetit.
Thank you.
Yeah, the buffet lines are at the back and as well as on the side. So we have 2 lines out at the back, just to let you know.
One, one, two. Check. Check, check, check. One.
അബുറായിനം ഹോദം ബാരല്ലിയ അബുറായിനം ഹോദം ബാരല്ലിയ അബുറായിനം ഹോദം ബാരല്ലിയ ഉണ്ണിക്കം ഫീലാണേ ഉണ്ണിക്കം ഫീലാണേ മുറാലി കയ്യാറുണെ ജാനൽ ഹി കോ ലഗേ मुराली कयारुने जान ही को लगे हे कुरिया देवे तो दिम्बार लिया അബുറായിനം ഹോദം ബാരല്ലിയ അബുറായിനം ഹോദം ബാരല്ലിയ അബുറായിനം ഹോദം ബാരല്ലിയ देहूं वेगे गाफिल देहूं वेगे गाफिल रे यादुआ यारुने जान ही को लगे आरे दुआ यारुने जान ही को लगे हे कुरिया देवे तो दिम्बार लिया अबुराइनं होदं बारल्लिया अबुराइनं होदं बारल्लिया अबुराइनं होदं बारल्लिया उन्निकं फीलाने हैं उन्निकं फीलाने हैं मुराली कयारुने जान ही को लगे मुराली कयारुने जान ही को लगे हे कुरिया देवे तो दिम्बार लिया अबुराइनं होदं बारल्लिया अबुराइनं होदं बारल्लिया फुलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फुलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फतिहा वे उजालाए अली गाफरी नाज़ो फतिहा वे उजालाए अली गाफरी नाज़ो फरियाद गए दिले नी रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फतिहा वे उजालाए अली गाफरी नाज़ो फतिहा वे उजालाए अली गाफरी नाज़ो फरियाद गए दिले नी रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फतिहा वे उजालाए अली गाफरी नाज़ो फतिहा वे उजालाए अली गाफरी नाज़ो फरियाद गए दिले नी रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी फलवामी उफ़ा साफ मलूम रूह दिरे चालू हजारे मलूमी धीरे ने रूहाई जाना पल धीरे ने रूहाई जाना धीरे ने रूहाई जाना मिहारू आवी पलक धीरे ने रूहाई जाना धीरे ने रूहाई जाना पल धीरे ने रूहाई जाना धीरे ने रूहाई जाना मिहारू आवी गुल हजारू आवी पलक धीरे ने रूहाई जाना धीरे ने रूहाई जाना धीरे ने रूहाई जाना धीरे ने रूहाई जाना